PowerApps Express Design lets you take a drawing of an app and uses artificial intelligence to create a real Power App connected to data, or a Figma design to build a working app. Today, Lily from PowerApps Research and Development shows us Express Design, how it works behind the scenes, and also shares her pro tips for success. Today on PowerCat Live. Welcome to PowerCat Live. My name is Phil Topness of the PowerCat team, and today we're here with Lily Liu from deep inside PowerApps Research and Development. Hey Lily, welcome back.
Hey Phil, great to be here.
So Express Design is really hot. I've seen it all over social media. Now, before you start peeling back the covers and telling us exactly how it works, or close to how it works, what is Express Design?
So Express Design provides two new ways for PowerApps makers to be able to build apps. So one of them is image to app, which exactly as the name says, allows you to take an image that you've drawn of your screen and convert that to an app. Our second alternative method is Figma to app, which lets you take your pixel perfect Figma design file and translate that to a PowerApp UI.
Now, these sound pretty magical. So image to app, do you have an example image that we can try making into an app now?
Yeah, absolutely. So here on the homepage of PowerApps, you can see we've got two new tiles. So let's go ahead and see image. So with image to app, so first off, we can upload our own image, or we can start with one of the sample images provided here. So I did my own little whiteboard sketch, so I'm going to go ahead and upload that. And I'm going to hit next. So in the backend, we've got Azure Cognitive Services, and we have a custom trained model to detect these different components. So text inputs, drop downs, buttons, and we're also leveraging Azure's text recognition abilities for us to know what the actual text is for each of these items.
That's
So
pretty amazing.
now, yeah. And so you can see like it did a pretty good job of detecting these controls. And even if some of the places, like for example,
Yeah.
this one, it says it's a text input, and let's say I want to change it to be a date picker, we can easily edit the results by clicking on it and then selecting the component that I want it to be. And so here I also see this as a text label, but I'm going to change it to be a radio. So you can make edits really quickly, and then once you're happy with the way that all of these controls look, then you can go ahead and hit next to continue.
Now here you've got a couple options available. Would I want to create a new Dataverse table here, or do I just skip this normally?
So the difference between these two is that if you go with this first option, create a new table in Dataverse, we'll guide you through a couple of more steps to help you set up the columns, like the name of your table, and connect that with the UI. So when you go into PowerApp Studio, you've got a full app that's ready to use. Whereas if you choose skip this for now, then there won't be the data part that's backing your app. So you will still have all of the controls that are going to be translated onto your app. So you get the app UI ready to go, but then you would have to go through the manual process of adding
Hooking it
the
up to a
data
connector or
source and then
something.
wiring up the
Yeah.
formulas.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this first option does a lot of great stuff for you. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see how this can help me. So now on this screen, we see that we've got different columns that were automatically identified.
And the date picker will become a date type column?
Exactly,
Wow,
yes.
that's cool.
And if you do want to make any edits, again, it's very easy to do so. So for example, let's say with this one, I want to change the display name to say number of guests, and I can change this as well. And I know that this one is a number, so I'm going to change this data type and save it. And we can see that it updated on here. And if you do want to do some more edits, you can click on the table settings, and here you can change the name of your table, the primary name column. What's great about this that I really love is that a lot of these things come auto-populated for
Yeah.
you. So you don't have to go in and manually type in for every single field. You can just make some quick edits as needed.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So now finally, we're on our last step, which is just reviewing the new table that it's going to create. So once we see that all of this info looks good, we can go ahead and hit create. and it's going to help us create our Dataverse table as well as our new app. And it's going to wire everything together. So when we land in Studio, we've got an app that's ready to go.
So wow, you've gone from an image that you drew to not just an app, but a Dataverse table that can receive the data. What are the gotchas people should know before they get started with image to app?
So one thing to keep in mind is that the quality of the image you upload, you want to make sure that it's got a light background,
Okay.
the text is very easy to read. You want to really take your time when you draw it so that it looks really neat. So this is an example of a good quality image to use versus one that's not going to
Right.
work as well. Another thing to keep in mind is that at this time we're only accepting image files that have a JPEG or PNG extension, and the file size must be less than 4 megabytes.
That seems reasonable. And I've tested it with my handwriting. I could do my handwriting, so that alone is amazing. Now, in PowerCat, we usually deal with like very large customers. They have professional design shops, and they typically use like a professional design tool like Figma. Is Figma an option here as well?
Absolutely. Figma to app is another new capability that's part of Express Design. All right, so you can see on the Maker portal, we've got a new entry point for Figma. And when you open it up, it's going to say design an app using our Figma UI Kit. So you can click that link and it will take you to the Microsoft Power Apps Create Apps from Figma UI Kit. So you want to make sure that you design your Figma using this kit. So how you want to get started is you're going to go and click Get a Copy, and it's going to save it to your drafts. And here we can see we've got phone components as well as tablet
Oh yeah.
components. And if you look at these, you can see that they all have like kind of the standard like Power Apps Office Blue theme applied to it.
And they do look a lot like standard Canvas apps. I assume designers can customize this so they can make it match their company's brand or other style.
Absolutely. So if you go to like design and then color styles, you can see that we've got a color palette that you can use. So for example, like this blue color is used in a lot of these places. So if you wanted to go and change it, let's say you want to change it to red. So you
Oh
can
yeah.
see by changing it in this one place, it automatically updated across all of these different components that are using it. So this would be the best place to go and make some of those style changes. And other things that you can do is also things like changing the width and height or like the default
Oh
text.
nice.
So you've got a couple of all these options that you can use to customize this toolkit for your specific company or brand.
And these are just components. So I assume as a designer, I could go in and build a new screen from scratch for an app.
Yep. So what you can do is on the Design Your App page, you can drag and drop screens into here. So here I have a screen that I designed using our toolkit components. But if you wanted to start from scratch, you can go into the Assets pane and choose if you want phone or tablet. So I'm going to stick with phone, and underneath screen, I'm going to drag and drop a new screen. And you want to follow the instructions. So for example, it says detach before adding components. So I'm going to detach this instance and then just delete this text. And then now from here, this is a frame that I can put all my controls, and here I can find all these different controls and I can just drag and drop them, customize it, change the colors of specific instances. So if I wanted to just change this one toggle, I can go ahead and do that. So this is where you would do all the design and get everything pixel perfect the way that you want it.
So show us how this gets turned into an app then.
You can go over into Power Apps and you can fill in the field. So let's create this my first Figma app.
Is
And
it really your
I'm
first
gonna
Figma app, Lily?
my first today.
Today. Oh, well, that's something.
So now I'm gonna provide the link to my Figma page or frame. So let's say I just wanted to translate this specific screen. I don't want this screen. So if I just wanted to just translate this one screen, I make sure I select it, and then I can copy this URL at the top and paste that in. Of course, if you do want multiple screens or you want the whole page of screens, you can just provide that link as well. And then next step is to add in your Figma personal access token. So you can find that here in your top right corner if you go and you click Settings, Account, and then scroll down to the personal access token section. And you can just create a new token, copy it, and then paste it here. And then finally, you just select the format of your app. So we want a phone app, and then we can hit Create.
And this already does a lot, even though I know it's a brand new feature. Where do you go from here? What do you have planned?
One thing that we are exploring is potentially having a new way where you can add a new screen from Image or add a new screen from Figma.
Super valuable.
So that way you can continue to iteratively build your app and make it better. And if you also have any specific feedback related to the Figma UI Kit, in the Figma UI Kit itself, if you scroll down to the bottom, we have a comments section. So this is another great place for comments specific to the UI Kit.
So Lily, this is amazing. You could go from literally a picture to an app that you could run on your phone in just a couple minutes. One more time, where do people go if they want to try this?
Yeah, if you want to try out Image to App or Figma to App, all you need to do is go to the PowerApps homepage where you will see these two new tiles, and you can just click on them and then go through the flow like what we've shown today.
And I know you're actively collecting feedback on how these works. We've got those feedback links in the description as well. Lily, thank you so much for showing this, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Thank you, Phil. I'm really excited to see what people are building with these. And please share us your feedback and comments, and we'll be listening to those closely.
Thanks, Lily. Thanks for watching.